Star Tribe. Hello, Star Tribe. How you doing? How are my magical friends this evening? Hi, Moxie. Hi, Jimmy. Who else we got in the room? Hello, Sai. Hello, Just Me. Hi, Melanie. Hi, Jennifer. Did I miss anybody? Thank you to everyone who booked. Hi, Scorpio. Hey, Jendi. Thank you to everyone who booked readings yesterday. Thank you, thank you, thank you for continuing to support my work. I really greatly appreciate it more than you know. Because, I practice what I preach on here. I'm just a witch out in the world trying to figure it out, So thank you. Okay, this is full moon in Aquarius. This is really great energy. Yes, your sister of perpetual silliness is in the house. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Allie. Aquarius, the creative energy, the imagination. The imagination is what creates reality. And we're also in Leo season. We just went through the 8-8 portal. That's the fire, that's the will, that's the action. That's taking the imagination and putting it to action. Hi, June. Hi, Mark. Hi, Sage. So if you are having a hard time finding the yellow brick road, it's time to build it, Star Child. It's time to build the damn thing. You know what I'm saying? We're going to start off in the vampires this evening. It was so fun doing your readings yesterday. Hi, Cristobal. All right. Let's see what's going on in your collective energy. Let's see what's going on. The vampires have to say this evening about this full moon in Aquarius energy. Oh, you couldn't record today, Moxie. Sorry to hear that. And thank you all. You've been so gracious and hanging as I've been figuring out new spaces, correcting audio. Thank you, Melanie. Hello. What's up? What's up with, what do we need to know in this full moon energy? There's so much fire in the energy too, like planetarily, everything that's going on. Tell me more. Tell me more. The vampires want to talk tonight. Hope. Bright prospects for the future. Give me another one. Redemption. Absolution. So interesting because on this hope card, I'm actually looking at her. I'm looking at her facial expression. Doesn't look like hope, does it? Absolution. The only person you need to look for absolution with is self, Star Child. Enlightenment, inspiration, epiphany, innovation. The only person that you need to look for absolution with is self. You can give yourself the absolution to come back into a state of hope and get to this space of enlightenment, get to the epiphany, get to that creative energy of the Aquarius full moon, the inspiring, enlightening thoughts. But if we're waiting for justice from the past or for it to be redeemed by another, it's hard to be in a space of hope. I get the sense that somebody's creative energy is a little clouded. It's just a little clouded right now because there's projections of the past, thinking about the past, thinking about mistakes in the past. Time to be your own personal Jesus, star child. Give yourself that redemption, okay? Give yourself that exorcism, however you need to do it, all right? Get really primal. Get that energy out. Get rid of it, because this is a season of fire. This is a season of creativity. And there's something in the background that's trying to inspire you right now. That candle is lit inside of you. That bright prospect, that hope is there. I can feel it. Hi, Stewie. Hi, Diane. I can feel it. I can feel that fire. I can feel that fire. It's another, yeah, okay, Tori. Okay. Give us another message on that absolution. Oh, somebody's looking for absolution from someone else. Why are you looking for absolution from someone else with this 7 of Wands? Because you are not from their tribe. You are not part of their tribe. You are not part of their tribe. You are the emperor. Okay? The emperor is the leader of their own life. They're the leader of a tribe. Even if the tribe is one and the tribe is you, star child. I feel this energy of like rejection. I feel like someone has this creative inspiration. Someone has this creative inspiration. Someone had this epiphany, but you've experienced a couple of rejections with it. That doesn't mean that you don't, that doesn't mean that we stop. That doesn't mean that we stop the project. That doesn't mean that we stop getting the offer letters, that we put ourselves out there. You're not for everyone. I'm not for everyone. Your project, your creative ideas are not for everyone, but they're for you and they're for someone, because this is a collective conscious and we have collective shared experiences and collective shared energy and universal energy. Just because the rejection came from one place does not mean it's a bad idea. It's not something that's needed. That it wasn't the absolute creative epiphany that you needed, that you executed. Just got to knock on some more doors. You're just not from the tribe that you tried to sell it to, that you tried to farm it to, that you tried to become a part of. It's just not your tribe. It's just not your people. Somebody's working on something that's a special niche. Things are getting desperate. Yes, Lisa. That's right. Not your senorita. Doesn't mean that you don't belong somewhere else. It doesn't mean that this epiphany, this enlightenment, this inspiration, this innovative idea that you have is to be put to the side. And now is the season, with the Leo season and with the fire, to just have that fuel. Have that rejection be your fuel to put more fire behind it, to go to the next, to keep knocking on the doors. Keep making the phone calls. Keep knocking on the doors over and over and over again. Be persistent. The right tribe will show up. The right offer will come in. Keep the hope alive. Tell me more about this hope message. The Hermit, the Knight of Coins, the Queen of Swords. It's fear of rejection. There's fear of rejection here. Another message of fear of rejection. You will be rejected, star child. You will be rejected. You will be rejected over and over and over again, because you are not for everyone and your ideas are not for everyone. But that doesn't make it any less brilliant. It doesn't make you any less brilliant, star child. Dress for the job you want, star child, not the job you have. Oh. Tell me more about this enlightened, inspired idea that's happening here. Let's get some fire behind it. Nine of Swords, excuse me, Nine of Wands. Yes, protect it hard, protect it strong. There's a Tower. Must be worth something if it's worth losing here with the Five of Cups. For some of you, it's for some of you have had an inspired idea here. I'm looking at the Tower, the Ace of Swords, and the Nine of Wands. You've had an inspired idea, something innovative, something you've been working on, and you just feel like you're banging your head against the wall. Something needs to be looked at differently. There's something on lock here. It's just there needs to be a pivot, is what I'm seeing. There needs to be a pivot. Something needs to be done differently. It's not about canning this. It's just about pivoting. And this idea, this pivot is going to come to you in this Aquarius moon, in this full moon energy. We have about 72 hours of still hanging out in this energy. So when I jump off with you all, I'm going to record an all signs for this energy, because this energy is really strong. It's really, really strong, and the veil is really thin. You're going to get some kind of message about a way to pivot. You're not letting go of your idea. You're not letting go of the inspiration, but something is just going to look different in the process. And when we stay flexible like that, that is how we end up seeing the end result. That's how we get to the end. That's how we get to the finish line. Because you can already see the picture. You can already see the picture done. But I feel like someone's just been kind of caught up in these steps in the middle and getting frustrated and feeling rejected and going, man, why do I keep going forward on this? But there's something about this idea that brings so much hope to you. Yeah, Three of Cups. You're going to be celebrating this epiphany that you get. Father Lucifer. You're being asked to stay in that fire energy, that get it done energy, but to take some time to sit. Yeah, Knight of Wands. Grab your suitcase for a big adventure. You're being asked to stay in this devil energy. Devil energy isn't always toxic. The devil energy is also the get it done energy. It's fire. It's earth, but it's a lot of fire to bring things down to earth. You're being asked to stay in that energy because you are about to celebrate. Something else is about to come in. This pivot is about to come in. This pivot to your idea. So you're being asked to keep up the action, but at the same time, do create some mental space for yourself over the next 72 hours to intuitively feel into what this shift is. Bunny Rabbit's in the house. Hey, Bunny Rabbit. The Queen of Bingo. Thanks for posting those bingo boards, Benny. Bunny, Benny, Bunny, Bingo, Bunny, Bingo, Bingo, Bunny. It's hard to say. Okay. Tell me about this adventure. Tell me about this adventure that's going to happen within this pivot. Ooh, the High Priestess. Yeah, see. You're going to get a download about this pivot. Queen of Cups. There we go. Super intuitive, super intuitive. How do you get into this space this weekend? And this isn't freeze mode. When you're sitting in the High Priestess and Queen of Cups energy, I'm not talking about freeze mode. This is going into the imagination. This is going into the imagination, going into the intuition. The imagination is what creates reality. There's just a little piece of your project that needs to be reimagined at this time. What else does the High Priestess need to know? Nine of Coins, the Death card. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, transit. It's time to. It's time. It's not time to lay it down, but it's time to pivot. It's time to transition here. Okay, you are the one who calls when it's over, not other people. Because whatever this is that you're working on, it makes you in this 9 of Coins energy, right? It makes you feel very abundant. Someone's being very overprotective about their idea too at the same time, because it does feel good. Feel like you're in this 9 of Coins space, this self-abundance, this self-assurance. Maybe harboring it a little too much at times because of a fear of rejection. But believe that this is the space that you're in, because it is. And it's solo, but something else needs to come in, right? There's a resource or something that needs to come in here. There's a partnership that needs to come in here to really make this flourish. Tell me more about this Death card, the Empress. Yeah, you're about to go from the 9 of Pentacles to the Empress when you make this pivot. When you allow yourself space in this creative energy to know what that slight pivot is. Look at that 9 of Cups, and that brings on the wish fulfillment. There's just a small tweak that's going to bring on the wish fulfillment. So keep up the fire. It's also going to create some stability here with the 4 of Coins. Keep up the fire energy. Pull in the creative energy of this full moon in Aquarius to get that download that's needed. Look, that's up wrong side on the deck, the 4 of Wands, because you just went through that 8-8 portal. Okay, it's coming. Anyone else sneak in? Shift the energy. Oh, thanks, Lisa. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Just temporary and working with what I got at the moment. But I like things to feel cozy, so thank you for saying that. I appreciate you. All right. What else do vampires want to throw down? Bunny says, last call on bingo. Last call on bingo. Had a lot of new interesting paranormal things happening since I've been in this space. One of them is I'm continually being woken up at 3 a.m. And this has happened to me in the past too. I'm continually being woken up at 3 a.m. and this place smells like a Catholic offering mass. I can just smell the candles. It smells like there's 100 candles lit in this place. But I'm not seeing anything past that right now. I'm not quite sure why, but it's interesting because I get up and I do the same thing. I get up and I smell candles and I'm like, there's candles burning in the house. I'll look around everywhere. Of course, there's no candles lit. And it's very peaceful, but I'm not feeling much outside of that yet. I don't know. I'm not getting another download about it. But that's new. That's something that's been new in this space. Hey, Darcy. There's also something running up and down the hall that won't speak to me, but it just is walking and running up and down the hall. So, getting a feel for all this new energy. Hey, Wolf. Lots of new energy coming in. She made some of the channels very interesting yesterday. They were cool. Let's get another vampire. I made a guest appearance in your dreams, Darcy. Interesting. Was I astral traveling to you last night? Faith. Death rights. Having unwavering confidence that this new cycle is happening. Elle, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super thanks. Thank you so much for your support. One more. One more. Okay. I'm glad you're here hanging out with your spooky friends tonight. Okay. I'm glad you're here hanging out with your spooky friends. Here's why. Because what they're telling me about this nightmare in this eternal youth card, this is the dichotomy. This is the dichotomy of the thoughts. Okay. This is the lack. Okay. The psychic attack. This is all within self. Someone's battling in the mind here between this newness, this vitality, this new season, this transformation, and the old. There's a battle in the mind going on right now. You're being asked to have unwavering confidence with the faith card, be strong in that Leo energy, and with the death rights, also a symbol of the death card in tarot, because the transition is here. The transition is here. If you don't believe that the transition is here, just look at things planetarily right now to help wrap your mind around it, okay? There's a lot of things transitioning in the energy right now. There are a lot of things transitioning in your life right now. Okay? We just went through this 8-8 portal. You're being asked to have unwavering confidence and faith in yourself to get rid of this dichotomy in the mind. I can tell 1 minute someone's feeling super excited. They know it. You know you have it in the bag. You know you have it in the bag. And then the next minute, it's like psychic attack on self. This isn't, I don't feel like this is coming from the outside. This is coming internally, right? This is internal talk. This is self-talk. Who's got to get into their mirror magic right now? Somebody got to get into their mirror magic. Somebody needs to laugh more too. Okay? Tell me about this. What more do we need to know? What do you have any more messages about this dichotomy in the mind right now? There's new energy coming in. You're going to feel it over the next couple of days. Some of you are going to feel more energized than you have in a while. So don't let self-defeating thoughts bring that energy back down, okay? Yeah, High Priestess. You just came out as the High Priestess again. High Priestess in the Chariot. Yes, this energetic shift is happening quickly, High Priestess. This download is coming quickly. So whatever you have to do to change the frequency to get out of this self-imposed nightmare, this self-imposed psychic attacks. Give us some advice on that. Temperance in reverse, Empress in reverse. Some of you need to advocate for yourself. Some of you need to stop being so damn patient. There's a false sense of humility here. There's a false sense of patience. Someone's keeping their mouth shut. Tell me more about this. 5 of coins, 7 of cups. Ooh. Some of you have something to say and you're not saying it. And it's dragging your energy down. It's dragging your energy down into a 5 of coins mindset. Some of you are trying to tell yourself a story to feel better about it rather than advocate for yourself. And so it's creating a dichotomy. It's creating that dichotomy in your energy and in your thoughts. Final advice on this. The Death card, the Empress. Yeah, whatever it is, put it to bed with your words. This feels like with your words. Put it to bed with your words. So you can get back to being the Empress. All right? This is the Empress. Something with an Empress in reverse. Somebody's being very, very patient. All right. Let's talk about this transformation. Tell me about this transformation in this Death Rights card. 10 of Swords. Yeah. Finished. Something's finished. Something's finished. Something's in a brand new cycle right now. Going into a new cycle. It might even feel a little overwhelming. I all of a sudden just got this little feeling of anxiety. Honoring the end, honoring the end, how to honor this end, this 10 of Swords, to be able to go on to the next, how to honor this end by working your way back to you. Queen of Cups. Get into the imagination of the next. For some of you, what they're telling me is some of you just closed out a major cycle in your life. You focused so hard on closing out that cycle that actually you haven't been imagining or dreaming to the next. There's like a little bit of this transition phase right now. Going through the portal ended some kind of major cycle. It's time to dream. This is the energy to dream in. This full moon in Aquarius is the energy to dream in. You've said your goodbyes. You know it's the end, but there's a little feeling of void. So it's time to get into the imagination, because the imagination is what will create your reality. It's the inspiration, it's the ideas. How do you dive into your imagination, Star Child? How do you personally dive into your imagination? How do you grab that energy? Unwavering confidence for the next season. Tell me about having this unwavering confidence for the next season. Tell me about this unwavering confidence for the next season. What's behind the moon is the Magician and Father Lucifer. I like this. Some of you are moving stealth, and the Hierophant. Some of you are moving kind of stealthily like right now. Okay, hold on. All right, I got a faith card that is clarifying Father Lucifer and the Hierophant. Give me a moment here. Let me tap into this energy. I can't wipe the smile off my face. I got to tell you that. The Magician, Father Lucifer, and the Hierophant behind the moon. There's some witchy business going on here, Star Child. This is some witchy business. Ooh, somebody's working under the cloak of the moon right now, and I like it. Okay, we got the moon, the Magician, Father Lucifer, the Hierophant, clarifying this faith card. Tell me what's cooking here. I like it, whatever it is. Okay, there are some of you that are completely transitioning to new professions, okay? You have manifested a new profession. You know your magic, and you've cooked up the secret spell, and you're having to move stealthily. You're having to move quietly, under a cloak, under confidence. That could be for many reasons, right? That could be because of contracts. That could be because, people just want to raid on your parade, and you're trying to create a smooth transition. That's that void that I'm feeling. That was that void that I'm feeling. Have unwavering faith and confidence, though, that this is happening. You've been making all the right moves. Whoever this is, they're moving like the high priestess. You're moving like the high priestess. A high priestess isn't loud and proud about her next move publicly for a good reason, right? Because he or she is good at reading energy, good at reading people. Conjuring anything by the dark of the moon. This feels very hermetic. Tell me more about this. This is a very rare spread for these cards to come out like this. Very rare. First of all, tell me more about the Magician, please. Tell me more about the Magician. Give me a clear message. Somebody needs a clear message here. This is really powerful. Five of Swords. Yep, the Magician is moving stealthily. Strategy. Five of Swords, Seven of Swords. Defensive, stealthy, with strategy. Queen of Wands. This is a different kind of mask that I see here. And not all masks are bad, okay? This is someone who's working behind the scenes, okay? They know what they need to defend. They know the strategy. They know their strategy. They know what they need to defend now that you've gotten through this portal and you're going on to this next phase. forward presenting as the Queen of Wands. You're not hiding as you're doing this. You're just knowing when to move and what to say and when to say it. And this is very smart because people can be cruel here with the King of Swords. Man, I'm talking to some strong witches here too. Witches, warlocks, whatever you call yourself. This is energy manifestation. This is manifestation through divination on top of action. Someone has utilized all aspects of their being energetically to manifest something. And you need to know to continue to have unwavering faith because it's going to happen. This is mastery of universal law, mastery of energy, what I'm looking at here. Something's about to hit big for someone. Tell me more. King of Cups and the Tower and the Ten of Cups. There are some people that are going to be shocked when you make this change. When you make this change, somebody's making some big changes here. And some people are going to be shocked, and that's okay. They, of course they are, because you're moving stealthily. And you should. There's something here too. I'm getting the sense too. There's something. This is life. Someone's making a major life change, like all aspects of their life. And you're doing it under the cloak of the moon. But there is also a side message here about something about just someone has a piece of important intellectual property and continue to like listen to your intuition as you're moving through this project and like getting these senses of how you should better protect your intellectual property. I'm feeling that too. Someone is keeping something from everyone, friends, family, coworkers, because they're about to make a major life shift if you have not already. And kudos to you, because it will be seamless because of how you're moving under the moon. A lot of times it would be wonderful if more people would celebrate us, if more people would be happy for everyone's wins. But the unfortunate truth is it's just not true. Most people don't have that perspective on other people's success. Once they feel like they're not getting what they need from us anymore, they turn on us. Any final words on this spread? The Ace of Swords and the Four of Wands. Do not let psychic attacks from the past hold you back from going through this portal. Okay? Whatever you are cooking up here, that to someone feels very selfish. They feel like it's all about them, and it is all about you. And it needs to be all about you, first and foremost. Don't let psychic attacks from the past keep you from moving forward on this and keep you from putting the level of energy in it that you are. This is mastery. And if you don't know this mastery yet, if you don't feel this mastery, whatever you're working on is how you are going to obtain this mastery. This is absolute mastery here. Mastery of your life, making conscious decisions, mastery over the emotions, mastery over hermetic law and universal truths and energy. There's a lot of really cool stuff going on here. Lots of really cool stuff. Moxie making the boss moves. I love it. Moxie making the boss moves. Hey, Keely, welcome in. Yeah, Keely. I've lived in a couple locations in the Bible Belt. This one happens to be my favorite, though, because it's its own little republic, the Big Easy. Oh, what do you fear the most, Star Child? Me, Christian nationalists. All right. Shift out of that energy. Let's shift out of that energy. They're telling me to go to this little magical message deck. Few witches burning, okay? Might be a few witches burning in the South today. Not funny. Open your heart, expand your mind, let your radiant heart pour out into everything that you do. That is, I don't think there could be a better way to wrap up what an Aquarius full moon means is right there. Because the heart is the core of the creative energy. The heart is the core of the creative energy. I knew I just saw Heart Angel. Hello, Heart Angel. Welcome in. The imagination is the canvas that will create your reality. What sparks the heart, what sparks the imagination, excuse me, is the heart, or the things of the heart. What really speaks to your heart? The moon is bright right now. It still feels like daylight. What is this? Tell me more about this message of tapping into the heart, speaking to the heart. Yeah, it's a cute little deck, isn't it, Moxie? I picked it up at a little witchy shop down in the French Quarter a couple weeks ago. Was calling my name. What's this message of the heart? The devil, the Ace of Cups, the Three of Swords. Someone's heart is blocked right now. Why? Jeez. This is some intense energy, Star Child. Am I channeling this from you? Looking at the devil, the Ace of Cups, the Three of Swords, and the Death card. Some of you have been, let's say, told over and over again, year after year, decade after decade, moment after moment, that the desires of your heart, the true desires of your heart, are wicked. And wicked is broad, wicked is subjective. You've been told that the things of your heart are selfish. You've been told that the things of your heart are bad, are obsessive, are foolish. You've been told that the things of your heart will bring pain, death, destruction. I doubt that, Star Child. I doubt that. Foolish. I'm hearing foolish. Now, the artwork on the death card is the judgment of the Hierophant. It's the breaking down of traditions. And in this case, there's a tradition, there's a belief that needs to be dissected and broken down. Because there's something that makes you overflowing with emotion here, is your deepest heart's desire that you've continually broken your own heart over not pursuing it because someone told you it was bad, it was negative, it was the devil, it was obsessive, it was childish, it was foolish, it was cruel, it was useless, you know, whatever adjectives they wanted to use. But something is changing. Something is changing here with the death card. We like the death card. It's rebirth, it's transition, it's change. So tell me more about what's changing here as you open your heart, as you expand your mind, as you let your radiant heart pour into everything that you do. This is pouring your heart into everything that you do, whatever that is of your heart that you've been hiding. Tell me more about this transition with this. Tell me more about the transition with this. The Strength card. Yeah, it's taken some strength to do this. Having to stay in a space of groundedness. Because my guess is there's a lot of people, places, and things around you that absolutely do not agree with this, that have rejected it, that have had opinions, not facts, but opinions about it for a very long time. But guess what just came out? It leads to a 10 of Pentacles. Whatever this is that your heart's desire is that you have been told is a load of crap every time you've been rejected for it, it actually leads to a 10 of Pentacles. So have that unwavering faith. Stay grounded. Stay resilient. The Strength card is about resilience in the face of adversity. Stay resilient. Know that it to be true, that what is on your heart was put on your heart for a reason, because it's part of a destiny that you actually want to create. Not that you were told you should create, but one that you actually want to create. One that actually aligns with your heart. One that makes your cup overflow mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. What is that for you, Star Child? Tell me more about this Ace of Cups. You're not messing around tonight. And I gotta say, I dig this. I dig this energy, Star Child, because I like serious people. I like people that are serious about their life and serious about their dreams. And that they don't just, walk around asleep, disassociated. 2 of Wands. What is this you want to step through? The Sun. Joy. The Yes card. Whatever it is on your heart is a yes, Star Child. The Sun card is a yes. It's a choice. You have a choice to walk through this portal to your heart's desire with the Lover, the 2 of Wands, and the Sun card. What's this Sun? Your Sun is going to mean releasing some people, places, and things in your life here. with the Six of Pentacles in reverse. There are people that are not in agreement with your sun. Too bad. Final advice on this. Too bad, too sad. Yeah. Keep that unwavering faith. Protect your energy against people, places, and things that may make you feel out of balance. Because this is where you're headed. This is where you're headed. I feel an energy in this of fed up. Like somebody's just fed up right now. And I love it. I want to cheer you on. I want to cheer you on. You're fed up with living for other people. It's time to open your heart, expand your mind. Let your radiant heart pour out into everything that you do. And there are people that are not in agreement with that. I'm glad you feel fed up about that. The transition has begun. We've seen it. We saw it with the Death card. All right, let's shift the energy. Find out what else you magical MFers are up to here. I'm going to go to the witches. The witching hour for my witches, or my witches in the house. And go to the witching hour oracle. Let's talk about your magic for a minute. Cutting cords like a hairstylist. That's right. I like that, Moxie. I do run with scissors. I keep a pair handy all the time. Graduate of Rob Roy Academy Cosmetology School, 2000. All right. Let's talk about your magic. Let's talk about your magic. Let's talk about your magic. What we got here? Ooh, keening. Yeah, somebody's fed up. Somebody's fed up. And somebody's about to free themselves. Oh, somebody's about to free themselves. Howling at the moon here. I like it. I like it. Bring it on. Bring it on, Star Child. Bring on that primal energy. Because you can feel it. You can feel the shift from that portal. You can feel the upgrade. All right. Nobody puts Star Child in the corner. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. I just lost a few more. House Mouse. You know what you're capable of. Forged in fire. That's right. That's right, Star Child. Most of us were forged in fire. Life kind of forges you in fire. Forges us in fire of karmic paths, right? Face adversity, hard lessons. Now, maybe some of you have not been forged in fire. Maybe you have not faced any hard lessons, okay? Maybe you have not faced any adversity. My guess is, though, that you're not on this live because you're probably pretty lukewarm if that's the case. And if you're lukewarm, I'm not one you want to hang out with, okay? I'm too much for you. I know this already, okay? So I'm going to say that this collective has been forged in fire, all right? Many of you have been forged in fire. You know exactly what you're capable of right now. You know what you're capable of. You know what you're capable of. There are people that are right on the edge right now. You're right on the edge. It's like that final push. Like you're about to push yourself off the cliff. I saw the Fool card, right? You're about to give yourself that final push over the edge to head to those things, to head towards those things that are the desires of your heart, to head towards that life, okay? And I feel like as a collective, as a world, we're feeling this more right now, right? Because so many traditions, so many securities, so many things that we believe to be true are falling right in front of us. They're crumbling. We're seeing that it's BS, okay? That it's BS. And we all have only so much time, so much space, so much resources on this earth. How do we possibly do it in joy? And for some of you, I can feel this fire. I can feel the fire is bubbling up. It's like, man, I've bought into this. I've lived this way for so long and I'm over it. I'm over it. I am going to follow my heart's desire. And you know you're capable of it, whatever that is. We saw that. I could see that in just a couple channels ago, that many of you have these ideas. You have these ideas. You have these plans. The fire is coming up. There might be some pivots that have to be made, but you're ready to take the leap. This is someone who is ready to take the leap. Someone is so sick of the people, places, and things around them right now, and you're ready to push yourself off of the cliff. And this is a good thing. And remember that you have been forged in fire. You've gone through the lessons, you've gone through the karmic paths, you've gone through the adversity. Really, what do you have to lose? You are wiser than you realize. You are more resourceful than you realize. You are more resilient than you realize. And you're capable of manifesting whatever this is, whatever you see in the mind's eye of your imagination that you want to make real, that you want to turn into that 10 of Pentacles. It's about leaning into the belief. It's about leaning into the belief of self. Tell me more about believing into this, leaning into this belief of self. Hey, Jamie, welcome in. Welcome in. Tell me about this leaning into these beliefs, leaning into your beliefs. Having the confidence to lean into what you truly believe. Justice, the star, the King of Swords. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. You being forged through fire is what has made you the star. And now you're ready to serve your own justice. That's why someone here, it just really wants to just scream at the top of their lungs and push themselves off the cliff into the transition, into the new life. Okay? The King of Swords. Tell me more about your King of Swords energy. This is your truth. The Prince of Swords. Somebody's looking into it. Somebody's about to take the leap. Somebody is clearly about to take the leap here. Sorry, Star Child. Hold on a second. I don't want that light right in my eye. Four of Wands. And the portal's open. The portal's open and there's spirit guides here for support. There's universal and spirit energy that wants to support you through this. That's what this Four of Wands represents here. Okay, there's something that's inspiring someone here with the Prince of Swords right now. There's something new that's inspiring you. It's something that's on your heart that's inspiring you, that you've been doing a little bit of research on. I feel like you've just been barely putting your toe in the water with it, but it's time to lean into it. Lean into it a little harder. Take the action steps. There's action steps required at this time. Justice requires action. It's not just thinking about it. Justice actually requires action. What more spirit messages from this Four of Wands do we need on this download? Ace of Wands. Hell yeah. Grab it. Grab it. It's going to cause a tower. But grab it, grab it, grab it, grab it. Grab this Ace of Wands. Grab this new beginning. Grab this Ace of Wands. You have spirit guides that are trying to hand you a wand right now. What is this wand? What is this wand? Why are you trying to hand somebody this wand? I'm telling you, somebody's going to have a really big epiphany over these next 72 hours. I can feel it all over that tower card. What's this wand that your guides are trying to hand you? What's this wand? What is it? someone is living in a dead space. Okay, this is more specific. This is going to be for someone specific, but you feel like you've been turning your wheels for years and years and years. Okay, attempting to make progress, never getting above that 7 of Pentacles. And it has to do with where you're at. So it has to do with a physical location, possibly a job. 3 of Pentacles is about community, but I'm feeling that somebody has been trying to make it better. Somebody has been trying to rise above, to make it better, and it's just not happening. Okay, it feels like there's this continual push-pull resistance in the energy, and it's time to move on. It's time to move on. That's what this new beginning is. And you've gotten some kind of tip mentally about what this is, all right, in your spiritual practices and talking to your guides, that it's time to move on. It's time to move on. Now you have to accept that, and that's a choice. You don't have to accept anything. Let me be clear about how this is coming through. If you choose to accept it, you will get an intuitive hit of what the next direction is, where the next place is, what the next job is. But the acceptance has to come in. Like, yeah, this just vibe isn't right? I'm spinning my wheels. I feel like I've been spinning my wheels for years. I feel like there's constant resistance. For every 2 steps I take forward, I end up going 5 steps back in this environment, in this job, in this whatever. What more do we need to know about this? Yeah. It's a choice. Ace of Cups. Man, you got spirits knocking on your door about this. There's an Ace of Cups and an Ace of Wands here, though, towards this transition. Okay, those are the beginnings. These are being handed. These are being handed to you, if you so choose to move to detach, which is the 6 of Swords, right? The 6 of Wands is moving on to another shore. It is your choice, though, Star Child. But that's some of this like energy that I feel here in this Keenan card. It's like, are you going to knock over this tower or not? A tower is representative of change. Change can be uncomfortable, but we have to evaluate sometimes. Is it more uncomfortable and painful to stay where we're at, or is it more uncomfortable to go through the transition and to go through the change? But whatever this is for you, whatever this space is that just feels so stagnant and so dead, there's 2 aces. There's 2 keys being handed to you to shift to this new beginning. I like it. Some of you are already researching this. I mean, that's why it would be coming out anyways with the Prince of Swords. It's on your mind at this time. Okay? Don't fear it. You can analyze the new information as it comes in too. If you so choose, take the leap before you do. And may you make a mistake on that path? Yeah, you might, but it's all right. It's all right. Fear of mistakes continually hold us back. Bunny smashes towers like a boss. I love it. Burn it down. Shut it down, Bunny. Shut it down. All right, we're going to do one last channel. I want to get that all signs done for y'all. There is a collective portal message, full moon in Aquarius message that will be up tomorrow evening. Blessings, Rose Fine. Welcome in. Grateful you're here. Hello. All right. What else is going on with the star trial? Trial? Why did I just say trial? Star Tribe's magic. Your magic, your creative inspiration as you move through this 8-8 portal. Weather divination. Ooh, we like that. That's fun. Who doesn't like a little weather divination? Trusting what you feel. Someone isn't trusting what they feel at this time. Because of skewed feelings, because of past trauma, right? When we get that, sometimes when we get that intuitive nudge in our gut that's uncomfortable, some of us who have had traumatic experiences from the past, that gets skewed, it gets fired up for the wrong reasons. What they're telling me for someone is you've already healed from all of that. So it's very important to pay attention to that internal clock. When you have that feeling, it's actually not about you, it's about whatever made you feel that way. Like, you need to trust that. Your warning signs and signals, like in your primal existence, okay, your fight, flight, and freeze, all that stuff is actually in check now. You've gone through the healing phases, it's in check, so you need to trust it. So if you get that feeling in your gut that's just really uncomfortable, don't question yourself. Question whatever cued that feeling in your gut. I hope I said that. I hope that channeled very clearly, because that's a very important message for somebody. We're all about personal accountability around here, but I'm literally hearing it's not you, it's them. And trust it. Trust that. Trust what you feel. Incense, yeah. The smoke clearing. The smoke is clearing to reveal the truth, clearing the haze. The fog is lifting. The fog is lifting off of your senses. This message is very specific. This message is very specific. They're showing me the star. This is for a star energy. This is someone who's time to own that you are healed. It's time to own that you are healed. You have done a lot of work to get to this space. You are healed. Trust that. It is wonderful that you take personal inventory on a regular basis. It is, trust me, the world, myself included, are so grateful that you take personal accountability for yourself. But where I'm talking about, you take personal accountability for yourself on a level that most humans don't. You have mastered personal accountability. And sometimes, though, you need to know it's not always you, it's them. And somebody's getting that sensation, and they're immediately going into introspective, into all of the reasons why they're accountable, all of the reasons why they played into it, all, yet releasing the other party, the other people, places, and things of their accountability in the situation. That in itself is a trauma response. That in itself is a trauma response, taking on all the responsibility, feeling the guilt, feeling the shame. Someone needs to hear that right now. It is not you, it's them. Trust what you feel. Trust what you feel. And don't turn it back around on you. This is common for people that have been heavily gaslit all their life. This is common if you've been in true narcissistic abuse, okay? What more do we need to know about this? The smoke is clearing, the fog is lifting. Trust what you feel. What more do we need to know about this? Because this will stop you from going after the things of your heart. This will make us shrink. Yeah, 2 of Swords. Don't be confused. 8 of Swords. Do not be up in your head about this. Prince of Swords. Look at it for what it is. Trust what you feel, and then remove the emotion from the situation and look at it logically. Someone's feelings is putting them all up in their head and creating confusion. That is symptoms of someone who has been gaslighted. Okay? Trust what you feel. Then remove yourself and get to the logic. Do the equation. Because in that equation, it's not you, it's them. That's just what I keep hearing. It's not you, it's them. Tell me more. Yeah. You're totally capable of this. Okay? High Priestess? 100%. 100%. Your feelings are tipping you off to something here. It's tipping you off to something. And it's time to move on from whatever this is and to pour your heart into other things, into the things that you do. Yeah, Queen of Swords in reverse. This is somebody who's being gaslighted, okay? Somebody just needs this confirmation. Yes, and the Sun in reverse. Ew. Ew, ew, ew. Somebody needs to hear this tonight, and this is why this is coming through. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. They're standing in the way of your dreams. They're standing in the way of the things of your heart. That's why, man, that was some heavy energy that we saw when we saw the Devil, the Ace of Cups, the Death card, and the Three of Swords. Get rid of them. They're gaslighting the things that are nearest and dearest to your heart. They gotta go, Star Child. They gotta go. Last call for that person. Okay. Woo. Get them out of here. Get them out of here. Yeah, we need some lavender sage up in this bitch after that energy. You need that. All right. We're going to pull a final magical message here. Give us some good mojo here. Never apologize for being too much. You know, this is my favorite card in this deck. Never apologize for being too much. Never apologize for being too much. Because no, you're not too much, and that is a blessing. Okay? The matters of your heart are not too much. Your dreams are not too much. You're not too much. Who thinks you're too much? Tell them to go look for less, Star Child. Tell them to go look for less. Trust your feelings. Trust your feelings as you move through. Someone's got some bomb-ass intellectual property right now. Continue to trust your feelings as you move through that. Someone is about to take the fool's journey. Someone's about to walk right off the cliff now that they've gone through this portal. Trust it. Trust your heart. Trust yourself and your heart above all else. If someone thinks you're too much, if someone thinks your idea is too much, tell them to go look for less, baby. Tell them to go look for less. It's time for you to shine like a diamond. Give us some final words here. Yeah, they're going to be in regret. Too bad, too sad. Somebody's going to be in regret with the Five of Cups when you take that leap. Too bad, too sad, man. Too bad, too sad. Final words. Being told to go your own way. That's what the Prince of Wands is. I know you hang out here. I know you know what I'm going to say. This is the Fleetwood Mac card. The Stevie Nicks card, baby. This is the go your own way card. All right, my witches? Go your own way on this fool's journey. Someone else's karmic path and lesson to learn once they feel regret. That you have moved on. Okay? Bunny, are you reading your Bible? Is that what I see? Are you reading your Bible? You know, I got mine right here. I got mine. I got the one of my ancestors, the nuns. Oh, they love this gig, I'll tell you that. They're happy I've healed my witch wound. They love this gig. All right, y'all. Stay creative. Stay on fire. Stay in your heart, okay? It's happening. It's happening. There's some cool things happening as you move through this portal. I can't wait to hear more about the creative things that you're doing. All right. There will be a collective reading tomorrow night, and then yeah, look for Monday. I'm gonna jam out some all signs for you in this energy because it is fabulous. Okay. Keep going your own way. I'm here to be your spooky cheerleader through it. Have a great night, everyone.